Hi, everyone. This is Carolyn Speaks. State of the World on, let's see, Tuesday, October 4th, 2022. So, what is it? Good, bad, or indifferent? All three. Alright. Now, what are some of the main things happening in the world? Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson makes history. SCOTUS poised to roll back voting rights and affirmative action. That's bad. Also, complex and devastating crisis. Burkina Faso sees second military coup this year, and they're the former French colony, I believe. Okay. How Elaine massacre of 1919 influenced Richard Wright, acclaimed author of Black Boy and Native Son. Yes, in Elaine, Arkansas, the farmers wanted to uh, see if they could do better. They were sharecroppers. Um, so I don't know. But guards stopped two white men from breaking into a meeting between black sharecroppers in Arkansas who were organizing to demand fair payments for their crops. After an exchange of gunfire, a white man was killed. White mobs, uh, backed by the U.S. military, that's great, responded with 3 days of anti-black violence and discriminatory killing, and indiscriminately killing hundreds of black people under the false claim of stopping a black insurrection. Uh, much of the black farmers' land was stolen as a result, and these people had fought in World War One. So I don't know. It's a very terrible situation. That's in Elaine, Arkansas. Also, uh, Richard Wright has a legacy of exposing racial violence, honored on the anniversary of Elaine, Arkansas massacre in 1919. Okay, now, these were sharecroppers, and a lot of people, some had their own land. They were trying to organize the black farmers, and the white people didn't like that, so I don't know. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, what are some of the other things happening? Ukraine, Zelensky rules out direct peace talks with Russia's Putin. Afghan women protest attack on girls' school as death toll climbs to 53. Iran's supreme leader blames U.S. and Israel for mass protests. I don't know. Uh, who knows? Haitian protesters demand relief from soaring prices, resignation of U.S. backed leader. Okay, we'll see what happens there. Okay, 20 killed in Somalia car bombings after U.S. claims another airstrike killed Al Shabaab leader. That's great. Amnesty calls on EU to hold Israel accountable for crime of apartheid against Palestinians. I totally support Amnesty in that call. Um, the occupied West Bank Israeli soldiers shot and killed two Palestinians and injured a third on Monday as they drove their car near a checkpoint outside the city of Ramallah. Israel's military accused the young men of plotting to carry out a car ramming attack. Uh, the families of the men dispute Israel's account, saying the soldiers opened fire in their vehicle and killed them in cold blood. Um, and then the EU Israel Association Council is holding its first meeting in a decade ahead of talks. Amnesty International said in a statement, Israel is committing the crime of apartheid against Palestinians. I totally agree. This is a crime against humanity, requiring the EU to hold Israel's leaders accountable and ensure it in no way supports their apartheid system. Any cooperation must focus on dismantling Israel's cruel system of oppression and domination. I totally agree. I don't know if they'll be able to do that. Palestinians warn UK against moving embassy to Jerusalem. Okay. United States has moved the embassy to Jerusalem. Palestinian leaders are condemning a proposal by Britain's new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, to move the United Kingdom's embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. So far, the U.S. is virtually alone among nations in recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital after then President Trump relocated the U.S. embassy there in 2018. So I hope that UK will keep the embassy where it is in Tel Aviv. Yes. And the US should move the embassy back to Tel Aviv. Okay. North Korean missile test triggers air raid alerts in Japan. That's nice. Another hotspot in the world. In Puerto Rico, Biden pledges $60 million in hurricane resilience aid. I hope that'll help. University of Idaho warns employees against discussing abortion and contraception. Wow. I don't know. It's part of life. So, University of Idaho can, free speech. I don't know how they do that. Okay. Now, investigation reveals systemic abuse of players at all levels of U.S. women's soccer, also U.S. gymnastics. It's going on for a while. Brazil, Lula and Bolsonaro to face off in presidential runoff. I hope Lula wins and Bolsonaro goes to jail. Ukraine recaptures labor the day after Russia annexed the area. Russia vetoes UN resolution on annexation as Biden okays $12 billion in more military spending for Ukraine. Also, Putin blames U.S. for sabotaging Nord Stream pipelines. Blinken cites development as tremendous opportunity. Hurricane Ian death toll reaches 87 as search missions continuing. And Iran protests continue for 16th day. Group says 133 people have died so far. 7-year-old Palestinian boy dies after being chased by Israeli soldiers. Have to hold Israel accountable. You do not own the world. Okay. Now that's the dismal, isn't it, what's happening in the world? That's it for today on Tuesday, October 4, 2022. Another meeting of Carolyn Speaks State of the World. Meantime, take care of yourself and others. Wear a mask, practice social distancing. The vaccine's available for you. So if you take it, I would take it. Had mine, the Johnson & Johnson one shot. And I was tired. I had 2 sore arms, and I was fine after a week. Now I'm looking around for a booster. Okay, take care of yourself and others. Remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. And remember, there's a new world somewhere they call the Promised Land. And I'll be there someday if you hold my hand. I just need your love beside me, no matter what I do, for I know I'll never find another you. There is always someone for each of us, they say, and you'll be my someone forever and a day. I could search the whole world over until my life is through, but I know I'll never find another you. If they gave me a fortune, my treasure would be small. I would lose it all tomorrow and never mind at all. But if I should lose your love, dear, I don't know what I'd do, for I know I'll never find another you. Okay, another you, written by Tom Springfield of Springfield's Folk Group. Which included sister Dusty Springfield, who went on to become an international singing star. It was recorded by Dusty Springfield and also by the Seekers. Okay, signing off on Tuesday, October 4, 2022. Carolyn Speaks State of the World. Hope you enjoy seeing it tomorrow. In the meantime, take care of yourself and others. Remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe.